Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar, which we will be discussing the Twinfield integration with Satago offering to provide the complete cash management solution. The speakers on today's webinar will be Louise Prophet, who is the head of digital team from Walter Kluwer's, and myself, Lisa Fox. I'm an account manager at Satago. Over to Louise just to discuss the Walter Kluwer integration.
Morning everyone. Just a quick introduction from myself to introduce Satago and this webinar. Twinfield is a platform for online accounting. What you're seeing on the screen in front of you now is a selection of the apps that we currently connect with in the UK market. Satago are going to be showing you their product today, and that will be mainly focused on enhancing the credit control functionality that you have within your business or within your accountancy practice. So I'm going to pass you back to Lisa, who's going to explain a little bit about Satago, the company, and then give you the most important demonstration of Satago, the product, so you can see how that will work for you and hopefully bring you some benefits.
Thanks, Louise. Satago is a platform solution offering simple, transparent cash flow management tools via a one-click integration with your Twinfield accounting software. The software consists of 3 core products which are designed to help streamline cash flow demands to reduce bad debts, get paid faster and overcome short-term cash shortfalls when they're needed the most. So this is comprised of automated credit control, risk insights and selective invoice financing. How it works. Accountants and SMEs can simply connect Satago to their Twinfield via the registration page in a matter of minutes. Immediately they can see the credit risk of your customer portfolio through our risk insights. This provides complete due diligence checks on their new customers and access to a holistic view of your sales ledger. To ensure payments are received within a timely basis, you can use our invoice chasing and debtor management tools to automate your credit control. Where businesses continue to face cash flow shortfalls, or if capital is needed to fund their growth, they can easily utilise our SME finance solution. Protect, control and fund. I'm just going to move over now to a live demonstration just to give you an insight into how the platform actually works. Okay, now I've moved on to the Satago demo environment just to show you a quick overview of the Satago platform. So the Satago platform integrates with over 300 cloud desktop packages and most cloud accountancy packages as well. As you can see along the left-hand side, we have listed our 3 core products, which are the finance, so selective pay-as-you-go invoice financing, credit control through automated statements, reminders and thank you emails, and risk insights, where it will profile your whole debtor book and give you an overview of your clients, and also the ability to do a full credit search check on any new or existing customers. So the actual integration with the accounts package, on the accountants platform, you will have a bit of a hierarchy approach to this. So you as the accountant will have the overall subscription, but you will also add your clients to the platform so they can use all of these facilities at no extra cost. So as you can see here, if you imagine this is a list of your clients, and you want to add a client to the platform so they can use it for the purpose of credit control and also to monitor the risk of their existing customer base. So you would simply add an organisation. I'll just scroll down to find one here that I haven't added already. Here we go. So if you wanted to add the business exchange as an example, you would simply click add organisation. A pop-up would then appear, which will bring you directly to the Twinfield website, which will allow you to choose the Twinfield connection, and the integration process will start automatically. The integration generally takes around 30 seconds. It pulls through the information onto the accountancy software onto our platform, and the button then will change to switch to. So once that changes to switch to, it will give you the ability to switch into that organisation. You can see along the top here, you're now in ARC Services, and you can invite the business owner from ARC Services along to the platform so that they can use all of the products through your subscription. and you as the accountant can then charge the business to use that service. So you effectively have the resale value of Satago. I'm now going to move on to the risk insights for the first product. So on the risk insights, there's two parts to it. So first of all, you will have a credit search function. This will allow you to search any customers or any client that you are about to take on, or you can offer this as a service to your existing clients if they want you to do a search on their behalf. So say, for example, we want to have a look at boots, for example. Now, what you see here is a snippet of a search. So you can see here you have the average days beyond terms, the risk band of that company, the recommended credit search, and an indication of whether the credit score is increasing or decreasing. So everyone on our platform has the ability to do as many searches as they wish, but you as the accountant have unlimited full credit reports. So you can simply click on View a Complete Credit Report and it pulls up a lot more information. So you'll have here various different sections that you can dip down into to get a bit more information. You'll also have a full commentary on the company. So anything that's favourable or unfavourable will pop up here, indicating with a green or red arrow. You'll be able to go into each different section, check out if they have any county court judgments, if they have any mortgages registered against the business, what their last 3 years' financials are. So your profit and loss, balance sheet, capital and reserves, ratios, that sort of thing. You will have event history, if they have any mortgages registered against the business, and if they have any county court judgments as well. So this will save the cost of you actually having to pay for a subscription to a credit bureau for this sort of information. So this will save a lot of money on that because it's already built into the platform. You can see along the top here you have the overall rating of the company, the recommended credit limit, the recommended contract limit. So you can make a decision whether you should put this customer on cash or credit terms. You also will be able to determine what sort of payment terms you should set for this customer and if you should be aware of anything that is flagging. So within your summary and your commentary, there are various different points that are highlighted for this particular business. So you can offer this as a service to your clients and perhaps charge them a fee for each report. So the second piece to the risk insight is the actual analysis tool. So pull through all of the information directly from your accountancy package and it will give you an overview of how your debtor book looks. So you can see here you have your age debtors report. So this is for your accountancy practice. You have the ability to drill down into each different report. So you can see here you have your age debtors report which shows £408,971. Now, this will also give you the ability to push this report into Excel or PDF. So if you wanted to send this off to the actual client or if you wanted to send it off to directors or managers within the business, you're able to push this into an Excel spreadsheet or a PDF also. So from the age debtors report, now this is a live view of your actual debtor book. You'll also be able to then go a little bit further and check out how this company is, what sort of risk segment they're rated into. So you have a number that are very low risk, moderate and high. And again, you can drill down into each function. If you want to sort of then break them up into each different risk bracket, you have the ability to do that here as well. Now this information is pulled, so it tracks it through their company number. If there are any changes with this particular customer's credit rating, it will send the accountant a notification so that they can monitor that accordingly. From that 408,000, as you can see here, it then breaks it up into different risk concentrations in a nice easy to read chart here for you. So for that 408,000, the majority of that money is sitting in very low risk and low risk companies. So they're not as risk worthy that you need to worry about them at the moment. Because they are very low risk and low risk, that's where our credit control product would kick in and would start to chase those invoices automatically for you. The next chart that we have is the largest and oldest open invoices. So again, from a credit control perspective, very quickly you'll be able to pull up which invoices are the biggest and oldest within the practice, and you can push these reports into Excel or PDF spreadsheets. You'll then have the customer credit summary. So the customer credit summary will allow you to get an overview of all of your clients, what their recommended score is. Remember, it's tracking this through their limited company number. If there are any changes with this credit score, it will send you a notification to manage that accordingly. So you can see here there are a number of customers that have very high risk, low risk, etc. But it's also going to send you a notification if there are any changes. So you can see along here Awakened Learning, for example, are a low risk customer, however, they have a declining credit score. So that's where the system would actually send you a notification so that you can manage that. You may change payment terms, you may put them into a payment plan, you will actually pick up the phone and have the conversation with the customer. The next column here is your outstanding balance. So that's going to be based on your actual ledger. So remember that it pulls this information directly from the Twinfield package. So this is how it appears at that point in time, what your outstanding balance is. The credit limits column along here will be what the recommended credit limit is for that particular company. And again, it's based on your actual company number. So if there are any changes with the credit limit, again, it will send you a notification to monitor that. That's where you might put somebody on an account on stop, you might move them to cash transactions, but it gives you that bit of a push to actually pick up the phone and communicate with that person. The U column is your average payment delay. It is letting you know, based on your ledger and historical information with that customer, what is the delay with payments for that particular customer. Is it 2 days? Is it 5 days? So you can actually see what's happening with the historical information. The industry gives you an indication of what's happening within that sector, and it tracks this through their SIC code, SIC, from Companies House. So what's the norm within this industry, and how does that customer compare to that? Now, you'll also have the ability to check your top industry sector concentrations. So very quickly you can get an overview of how many clients you have within each particular sector. So if there are any changes in legislation, for example, the construction CIS tax changes, you'll be able to see how many clients you have within that particular sector. What are their open invoices and how many of those invoices are late? Again, it tracks this through their SIC code from Companies House. Now, remember, because of the hierarchy, you as the accountant will be able to check all of this information for your own practice, but you will also be able to switch into one of your clients to see what's happening with their business. So as we've added one of the clients earlier in the where we imported their information, you'll then very quickly be able to use your practice analysis tool to switch into that customer, and the reports will then populate in relation to their accountancy package. So you can see here that within their age debtors, they have 35,000 in plus 90 days. From that 35,000, the majority of it is held with moderate risk companies. So if somebody starts to hold off on payments with you, you can then switch into their organisation, have a look at what's happening with their business, and get an overview and start to tell a story about why perhaps they're holding off on payments with you. Is it because their customers aren't paying them? So you can actually pick up the phone and advise them on what to do. You can say, look, I can see from your accounts package that you have quite a lot outstanding with moderate risk companies. It would be a good idea to put the accounts for these customers on stop, put them into payment plans, actually physically pick up the phone and have the conversation with their customers. So that's basically the analysis piece. We then have the credit limit breaches chart. So the credit limit breaches will allow you to see all customers that have gone over the recommended credit limit. Now remember, this credit limit is determined by credit bureau information. It's not set by Satago. It is there as an indication of what sort of a limit you should set for each of your customers. However, if you're dealing with a large customer, for example, Boots, and you're a small business, a limit of 10,000 or 1 million or whatever it's been set by the credit bureau might be far too much for a small business. So it gives you the option to actually customize that limit. So you can bring it down to something that's more manageable for you. For example, £500, £2,000. So when that customer hits that limit, it will send you a notification. So that's basically the risk insight tools. I'll now move on to the credit control products. So again, remember the hierarchy here. You as the accountant will have the ability to use the credit control tools for your own practice, but you also have the ability to sell it on to your own clients so that they can use the credit control for their business. So the templates that we use for our credit control are invoice reminders, monthly statements, and thank you emails. Now, because this is linked to your actual accountancy package, when an invoice goes overdue, our system will understand it's going to run by the rules that you set. Overdue, the system will kick in, it will start to chase that information, chase that actual invoice. It does an automatic import every night. So if you have reconciled a number of invoices, for example, on Tuesday evening, the import last night will pull that information through to Wednesday morning and it will know that that invoice has been paid. So therefore it will send out a thank you email. For the invoices that haven't been paid, it will start to send out the reminders. So you have the ability to fully customize each template. And the way we have it set up is invoice reminder 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you don't have to use every reminder. It's optional for yourself. And you can customize each one to put your own spin on it, put your own wording into how the template should sound and your own tone of the email. So where you can see the dollar signs here, that's basically where it pulls the information directly from your accounts package. So it's quoting the invoice number, the amount, the due date, and a link to the actual invoice as well. These are live templates, so you can add in your own text. And if you want to add in more information, you can. We generally advise that people include the late payment fee information. Now remember, you're totally entitled to do this. If an invoice has gone overdue, you can start to chase for the late payment fee as well. So we have it set up that it includes the outstanding invoice amount plus late payment fees. You can also include a lot more information such as days overdue, company logo, company bank details. You can add in a lot more information if you wish to do so. You also have the ability to change the schedule of each invoice. So let's say, for example, we want to set the first one up as 5 days before to encourage early repayment. You'll then change the tone for each one. So the further overdue the invoice gets, the more demanding the tone of the email should be. For the 5th reminder, you can perhaps start to threaten legal action if that invoice has not been paid in so many days. You also have a group reminder. So if you have a customer who has a number of invoices open, rather than actually sending a reminder for each one, you'll have the ability to list them all in a nice, easy to read table. And the system will know this customer has a number of invoices open and it will kick into the group reminder. So the monthly statements, again, the same sort of format. They are fully customizable. You can change the number of days of the month that you want it to be sent out. And it's going to give you an overview of which invoices are currently open at that point in time. The thank you email is basically a receipt or a remittance for payment. So if the customer has paid the invoice yesterday, you've done the bank reconciliation today, the thank you email will go out after that. So you've got thank you for paying early, thank you for paying, and a group thank you email as well. So it totally eliminates that admin burden of credit control, whereby it allows you to automate everything, have it set up, let it run in the background, and you get that bit more time back. So roughly people spend 2 days per month doing credit control tasks. So it takes away from all of that admin burden. And remember, if you're offering this as a service to your clients, they get more time back to spend either with their families or focus on their own business. So the setup of the actual email. The way that we have it set up is you can switch on the reminders, thank you emails here on your master settings. And then you will go to your accounts and customers and choose which customers you want to send them to. Because you may have some customers that are very, very good payers. You may have some that are quite bad payers. You may have some that are on direct debits. So you can tailor this to suit yourself. So if you enable them all here on your master settings, you'll then go to customers and you'll simply tick or untick which one applies to this customer. So say, for example, Absolute Creative Print, they can be a little bit forgetful, so we're going to send them all 3. AC Thermal are on direct debit, so you're just going to send them a thank you email. And Altamore Bank, we don't need to send them anything. So you have the ability to pick and choose which ones you want to use for different customers. On the accountants platform, this will link directly to your own email account. So it has full email integration with your own personal email box. So it looks like the messages are coming directly from you. There are 2 platforms on, or two packages available, if you like. So you have your basic Satago platform, which will use the Satago subdomain. And then you have the option to upgrade to the Plus package. Now, the accountant can add as many clients as they like to the platform, and the cost does not change. So the overall cost for the accountant subscription is £50 per month. However, they can add 100, 200, 300 clients to the basic platform, and that cost of £50 stays exactly the same. If a client would like to upgrade to the Plus package, the additional cost will be £20 per client per month. With the Plus package, the business will also get the email integration to their own dedicated email account, and they will also get 25 full credit reports built into their platform as well. So for those that use the basic platform, this means that it will use the Satago subdomain. They still have all 3 products that you see along here. However, it uses the Satago subdomain. So that means, for example, if my company was called ABC Trading, it would be customized to ABC Trading. However, it will have .satago.co at the end of the message. So my message the recipient would be lisa.fox@abctrading.satago.co. Or sorry, the sender of the message. So you can see here that that will be customized to their business. However, if they wish to upgrade, that option is there as well. So the billing of that would come from the accountant, and you would then resell that on and charge your customer accordingly. There is a business platform direct for SMEs also. So if it's something that a business would like to take on separately, the cost, just as a benchmark figure, the cost for the business platform is £25 per month for the basic and £45 per month for the premium. So if you wanted to use that matrix for your own costing, you can do that. Or if you wanted to charge over or below, that's entirely up to you. You as the accountant have the resale value of Satago. So the actual sending schedule as well, it allows you to tailor it to suit whatever your own working pattern or your working schedule. So you can see here, for example, if there are certain days of the week that you perhaps maybe do bank reconciliations, let's say it's on a Tuesday. So you don't want anything to go out from until a Wednesday onwards, because you know that's when everything will be up to date and reconciled with the bank account. If you need to delay reminders until a certain date, so say you're off on holiday, you've got company closure, maybe you're doing changes to the actual accountancy package or the server, you have the ability to delay reminders until a certain date. There is also an outbox and a sent box on the platform. The outbox will give you the ability to check what messages are due to go out. It will allow you to edit them, preview or delete. So you have full control of the system. The sent box will give you all messages that have gone out and also the delivery details for each message as well. So if the message has been sent, is pending, has been delivered, if they've opened the actual attachment, so if they've clicked on the link to that invoice, you have a full audit trail of everything that has gone out from our platform. These two boxes are your central boxes. So if you wanted to have a look at everything on an overall basis, you can do those through the centralized sent box and out box. However, if you wanted to have a look at an individual client, you have the ability to go into an account level. So just scroll down here. Let's have a look at this one, for example, ARC Services. And we can have a look at what has gone out and what's due to go out for this customer. If you wanted to post a note on the account, say for example, you've taken a telephone conversation or a telephone call from a client in the evening time and you want to post a note on the account so that everybody is on the same page, you have the ability to add an internal note here. For example, customer promise payment next Friday. And then everybody who is on that account will see that message. So you'll have unlimited users as well. So if you wanted to invite a lot of your colleagues to the platform, you can do that. You will also have the ability to send instant statements, reminders, or thank you emails from the platform as well. Or if you needed to stop reminders on an invoice level, for example, if there was a dispute with a particular invoice, you have the ability to do that here. As they're all linked up to Companies House, so when you start the platform, it will ask you to match your customer, as you can see along here. Now it will do that through their company number or their company name and will match it with Companies House. So that means that when there are any changes, it pulls that information through from the credit bureau information. If there are, for example, any changes in their limit or they've moved into a higher risk bracket, and then it's able to send you that information to notify you to keep on track of your customer base. As well as that, it will give you the option to have a look at the account and get a quick snapshot of how that customer is. So let's say, for example, ARC Services. By clicking on the downward arrow, very quickly you can get an overview of that company. So you'll have the sector that they are involved in through their SIC code. You'll have the date of incorporation. You will have when their next confirmation statement is due and when their next accounts are due. All very quickly at the click of a button, you can see this information for all of your clients. You can also see when they last raised an invoice and when they last paid an invoice. So that's basically the credit control function. I'm now going to move on to the selective invoice financing, and I'm going to switch over to a business platform just to let you see the actual financing aspect. So the selective invoice financing, remember this is connected directly to your accounts package. So it's pulling through the information from your accounts and you'll be able to see what invoices are eligible for us to finance. Now there are a few terms and conditions around the invoice. The invoice must be over £500 and less than 500,000 for it to appear within your invoices section. The invoice must have at least 10 days until it's due for payment. And what I mean by that is that if you have an invoice and you want to finance it, for example, for 2 days, we can't do that. It must have a minimum of 10. The invoice cannot be overdue, only be overdue invoice. So we just want to make sure that we don't leave ourselves too exposed with that, so we don't touch overdue invoices. The customer must have a fairly good credit score. So if they are very high risk or high risk, it's not going to show within your eligible invoices section. And we generally ask for a trading history with that customer. However, that isn't to say that if it is a new customer that we can't take it on. We take everything on a case by case basis. So as you can see here, Harrington Factory Company Limited has an invoice for £14,000, which is due in 13 days. And our total advance rate that we can provide for this invoice is 85%, which is the 11,900. So if the customer wants to go ahead with this invoice, they simply choose this invoice. They can pick and choose a number of different invoices for different debtors and select to continue. So they don't have to be from the one customer. That's the beauty of the selective facility. It puts the business owner in control to pick and choose which ones they want to finance. When they select the invoice, it will give you the estimated daily cost and the cost over 30 days. So you can see it's highlighted just along the bottom here. So the estimated daily cost is £9.92 or £297 over a 30-day period. Now, they don't have to take this invoice out for 30 days. If they only want to finance it for 13, it would simply be the estimated daily cost, which is £9.92 times 13, and that would be their cost. It's upfront, it's transparent. The business owner can see exactly what it says on the tin. There's no hidden surprises or hidden fees or charges. It's exactly what you see here is what you get. So if they want to go ahead, they'll simply select the invoice and continue on. That will then be pushed over to the account manager for that team or for that particular client, and everybody has their own dedicated account manager. They can pick up the phone and have the conversation about it, and they always have someone to hand. So what we will ask for this is your latest set of management accounts, bank statements, that sort of thing. We can generally have money out the door within 48 hours, so it's very, very fast, very, very accessible, easy finance for businesses. Now, they may need this facility, especially if they have a gap in cash flow, for example, if they have a wage bill or a VAT bill they need to pay, or perhaps if they want to grow a particular side of the business. This facility is available for them to do that. So that's basically the platform, folks. You have your finance, your credit control, and your risk insights. So any questions?
So I think you answered this early on, but one of the questions that has come through is how about if the practice is using more than one bookkeeping solution? So I'm assuming this is more than just Twinfield?
Yes, exactly. So the platform connects with all cloud accountancy packages and over 300 desktop packages. We totally understand that most accountancy practices will have a number of different clients on a variety of different accountancy packages. So we are fully accessible to all of those. So no problem if you do use a multiple of different pieces of accountancy software.
Yeah. And there was one other question which was around credit bureaus. So which credit bureaus is it that you're working with?
We're working with mostly credit safe information, and part of it is through Equifax as well. So the beauty of the fact that we have the credit search function, a lot of accountants will already pay for a subscription to a credit bureau to provide that information. So that is saving that cost for them because it's already built into the platform. And for the total cost of £50 a month, which is £600 per year, which is a big cost saving of 2 products when you can just have one.
Perfect.
Yes, thank you for joining us, everyone. And you can find our contact details along here. So like I said at the beginning, my name is Lisa Fox. I'm a senior account manager at Satago, and you can get me on lisa.fox@satago.com.
And of course, if you need to speak to your Walters Clear account manager, feel free to reach out, speak to us. Thanks for your time, Lisa, and thanks to all the attendees for turning up today.
Thank you very much, guys.